Philadelphia County Sheriff, Rochelle Ballon. Woo, let's just say she spoke some truth when it came to what would happen if these ICE agents decide to roll up in her county and show them their ass. Watch this.
I'm Rochelle Ballon, the sheriff for the city and county of Philadelphia. And I say her name, Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. This should not have happened, but we're here today. Let know that law enforcement professionals, real ones, not the fake made-up ICE, probably Trump's new army to attack citizens of the United States. Did you hear what I said? No law enforcement professional wears a mask. None. None. Those that come into our communities wearing a mask to commit crime, thank God for our district attorney, Larry Krasner, who said he's going to lock them up. And I'm saying now, we are not going to whisk you away for them to hide your identity, because when you do it there, you're getting arrested there. No whisk away for them to hide you. None of that here. None of that here. Law enforcement professionals do not shoot at moving vehicles. I'm not saying fleeing, because she wasn't fleeing. She was getting out of the way. Law enforcement professionals do not stand in front of moving vehicles invoking an action that is illegal. No, we don't. And so we stand here today with all those who stand against the made-up, fake, what you can call ICE professional law enforcement. I don't call them none of that. I call them made-up, fake, wannabe law enforcement. Because what they do is against not only legal law, but the moral law. So I'm with the DA, and we will work with them. If any of them want to come in this city and commit a crime, you will not be able to hide. Nobody will wish you off. You don't want this smoke, because we will bring it to you. And the fake, whatever they call them, because I can't say the name, but the criminal in the White House would not be able to keep you from going to jail. Renee Good should be here today. And to her family, we are saying law enforcement professionals are not the ones here in this city that would do that. But here's the last thing that I would say. Law enforcement professionals around the country do their job. And we have been fighting for years to build that bridge between us and our communities. You had one negative nutcase that causes this problem, and now we all have to fight again to let people know law enforcement works with communities. These crimes would not be down if we didn't have communities work with us.
Amen.
Rochelle, glad to have you on the show. So you cut right to the chase. You got MAGA folks mad at you, saying Zion. But also, look, there are black sheriffs in in North Carolina that made it clear they were not going to cooperate with ICE. We saw the black police chief in Illinois, how they were just running roughshod over them, just ignoring them and treating them like crap in one of the Chicago suburbs.
The MAGA people are really mad because I'm getting all kinds of threats, but I ain't a scared person. I've never been. I've been in this position before. I shut down a racist website called Dome Lights, where police officers in Philadelphia was at their desks, at their job, spitting out hate against black people. And I got threats from them. So this ain't no new place. I'm not scared of these folks. We need to start standing up and saying, you're not coming in our city and just run crazy over here. You're not going to do that. We got a district attorney that says you commit a crime, he's going to lock you up, okay, and we'll transport you to where you need to go. Not whisk you away to hide your identification. Not do none of that. We're going to stand 10 toes down on standing up for the citizens of the city and doing our job.
And the thing here is they know they have somebody sitting in the White House who will let them do whatever they want, and they have grossly disrespected local law enforcement. Normally, when you're the feds, when you come into a state, you talk to the police chief, you talk to the sheriff, you talk to the state police. These folks are like, we don't give a damn what y'all think. We can do what we want, when we want, and we expect y'all to follow behind us.
ICE has been in cities way before this type of situation and have cooperated, came with warrants, was respectful, worked out situations. Not these. Do you know? I get this information that they get 47 days of training. 47? That means they don't even know what they're doing out here in our neighborhoods. And at some point, every neighborhood around the country needs to stand up and say, no, we are not going to take this. And if you come in our cities and commit a crime, if your district attorney don't want to lock them up, then you need to get a new one. But ours here said he's going to lock them up, and that's exactly what we're doing. The sheriff's office transport prisoners, so we will transport you.
The thing here is, I was having a conversation with a black conservative who was defending law enforcement, and I said, dude, we don't know if these people are real law enforcement. He said, yes, they are. I said, no, we don't. I said, we don't know if these are Proud Boys, if these are Oath Keepers. We don't know if they're bounty hunters. You don't have names, you don't have faces. I said, so we don't know. They're just grabbing anybody, and these folks are just doing whatever. They're busting windows, they're accosting people, they're just rolling up on folks. We're going to play a video later, about a 7-minute video, where his African brother in Minneapolis was giving them the business, and then they were demanding his information. They eventually walked away. They had no legal basis to stop him, and it was like 8 or 10 of them surrounding his brother.
Well, you probably need 8 or 10 of them on one person because they scared. No, they don't have any identification, no ID. They put masks on, and you are right, because law enforcement professionals don't wear masks unless you have to, cover up to testify so they don't know who you are if you was undercover. But they don't walk out here with masks. If you're doing the right thing, you stand on who you are and the law in that city. They don't wear masks. These people coming in with masks, and I'm with you. I don't know if they're the Oak Boys, the Proud Boys, the Boys. I don't know if they're the nuts of the insurrection on January the 6th. Are these the failed ones that couldn't get into police departments, couldn't get into the FBI, couldn't get into the DEA, and they're taking them because they lowered their stances so low that they take anything and anybody? No. Professionals, law enforcement people, do the right thing, they abide by the law. Not saying they're perfect, because none of us are perfect. But the one thing they don't wear is a mask out there because they stand on the law. These are not standing on the law. That's why they try to hide their identity. I think they're scared. And if they ain't scared, take your mask off. Step up like a man or woman you think you are and come into these cities unmasked and claim you want to do the right thing. Do that.
In the show, he was asking, man, who are y'all? And they had like RD6, 8. So they had no names, no badge numbers, no nothing. So you can't report it. And then we did another story where there was this black guy who was stopped at the cops by somebody wearing fake ICE stuff, which you can get on Amazon. And so you got people who are impersonating ICE and Border Patrol, and you don't know who the hell these folks are. So when they say, well, you got to comply, I don't know who the hell y'all are. You rolled up with a mask on, no name, no patches, no nothing. I'm supposed to give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's remind people that a Minnesota state senator was shot and killed by a guy impersonating a cop at her door. They shot and killed her husband. They severely wounded another state official and his wife.
And they can perpetrate, but I think the ones coming in the city is perpetrating too. Now, we have to keep people safe in our cities, and then we have to speak up against those that are not. This is a fake thing that they came in here. We're making your city safe. You're making our cities more dangerous. You're coming up to people with no identification, They don't know who you are. You mask up. Let me just say this. If they put legislation out there in your city that banned the mask for young black kids in your city, and now you got these people coming in, call themselves ICE agents, and they masked up, where's the legislation on banning them? We have to make some rules in all these cities to stop the nonsense. I'm not a legislator, so we need to call on our legislators to do something about this. You just can't keep running up on people. And that's going to cause a situation because you run up on people with a mask, they don't know who you are, you claim you ICE, but there are people that are perpetrating the fake ICE people. So you got fake on fake. Nonsense. You want to claim you're legitimate law enforcement, take the mask off, get your ID, put the badge on, and come with the proper paperwork.